What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode of my Path to Power. Today, we're picking up kind of where we left off. Before we get into the gameplay, though, if you guys are looking to purchase any MSP or PSN cards, make sure to check out the gamekeys.co.uk, or if FIFA coins are more your thing, check out justfifacoins.com. You can use the code Japes to get yourself a 5% discount on their instant delivery. And away we go. So our first match, pretty nice looking BPL side. I was impressed when I saw it. I thought it would look like a nice, well-rounded team, and I might have something, this squad could give me a little bit of trouble. But you guys know that I'm in the business of scoring kickoff goals, and we're just not in it to score run-throughs or, sprint dribbles anymore. We're in it to pick an opposition apart straight away and go at it from there. And that's exactly what we're working on doing here. Lom finds its way inside. Little fake shot turns Samuel Eto'o, and he is purely clinical on this one. And that's exactly what you want. And you'd say that's exactly what you want out of your striker. Remember, he's our attacking mid. Now, where's Lukaku? Lukaku somehow managed to end up as CDM in that sequence. And for the most part, they're an okay kind of tandem. Is it a striker attacking mid tandem? But it's just not my favorite look. And there's Lom with his high attacking work rate. Somehow manages to find his way into the box yet again and slots it away beautifully. Now, for the most part, though, I don't necessarily care for Lukaku on FIFA, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, because you'd think that his hold-up play would be brilliant. He's got decent dribbling, he's got really, really good shooting, and of course, he's unbelievably physical. And this is the one point where I was like, yeah, I like Lukaku. Look at that, he shoves him away, pressing left trigger to body or seal out, and then just a fantastic chip into the far corner. We're gonna actually watch that one back, we're gonna watch that one back. But that was the only time that I really thought, yeah, Lukaku's a monster. Look at this guy. Look at the push. He's like, get off of me. And then look at that, the finesse, the brute strength straight to the finesse. Just a really, really nice combo there. But for the most part, he didn't really do anything. I didn't really find him that enjoyable to play with, though. As I say that, another nice clip where he's breaking free behind the defense, takes a phenomenal cuts inside, keeps a nice little sprint dribble right there to keep close control. Finds Mr. Samuel Eto'o, who slots away clinically. And I think I'd be happier with Eto'o maybe as my striker than Lukaku, and maybe play, do I dare say, Ross Barkley in behind them if I wanted to keep the connections. Then I could use Wilshere as my CDM, and the team might function a little bit better. It's not like the team functions poorly. Don't get me wrong. There's some really, really good components, but I also think it's interesting and worthy to note that Mario Götze doesn't pop up as much playing out wide on the wings. And I was trying to think back and thought, when I was using the team before, did I see as much or about the same amounts of De Bruyne and Mesut Ozil? And I think maybe yes, maybe that's about right. And that's just kind of maybe the way I play, where I get a lot of possession in the middle of the park with my CDMs, or in the spines. You got your CDMs, your attacking mid, your striker, are really kind of where the majority of my games are won and lost. And you kind of expect that, I suppose you'd say, with a formation like the 4-2-3-1. But so we've won the Gold Cup, and I included this just because what the EA please. This, like, silly stuff like this is just so annoying, where you sit here. I think I sat here for actually 10 minutes and waited for this because I didn't want to get the disconnect loss. I wanted to get my Gold Cup trophies, or Gold Cup free pack, and the 2,000 coins, and eventually it showed up that we had won. But it's so annoying. And it seems like it would be something that would be a really, really easy fix. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Not disappointed in the way, or in the results of that one. We got 27,899 coins now in a free pack to open. Of course, I am going to show you guys the free pack because everybody wants to see it. For that one chance, you might get something nice. And I was actually pretty happy with this one. We have, what is that, 5 fitness cards, maybe even 6 in there, which is really nice for just squad, what's the word I used to use? First squad, I don't know, cleanup, not cleanup, but squad maintenance. Which is exactly what that is. So I'm going to sell these guys, some of these guys on for a little bit more. And my plan was to keep Lom and Götze and head into the tournament for 4,000 coins and go with the Bundesliga side. So that's why we listed everybody else up. Now, Eventually, I decided to sell Lamin Gutsa as well. As you can see, both of them sold right there. And I decided to go with a La Liga side instead. And that's because I wanted to get some of the most technical players, and they're really not that expensive, or technical attacking midfielders. I thought I could create a really nice group of attacking midfielders if I went with La Liga. I had a ton of coins, so we paid 40,000 for Iniesta, 40,000 for James Rodriguez, and I think like 2,000 for Cherchi. We're going to scroll through the team here. Mario Mandzukic, 1,000. There's the 40,000 for Iniesta. Set as a hunter. James Rodriguez, I wanted the Maestro, and I think Maestro might have been a better look for Iniesta as well. But I'm having a terrible time with my controller, which is why it's scrolling so quickly. I think I paid about 40-something thousand for the informed Godin as well. I didn't want to go with your standard Pepe or Ramos or Varane or Miranda, so I went with the informed Godin to pair up with Mustafi. Neither one of them over 60 pace. So we're kind of testing it out and seeing, how is this squad going to work out with not really a high-paced defender, but with two defenders that have really, really high defending. And actually, this squad is brilliant. I don't notice the lack of pace at all. And part of that might be me becoming a better defender on FIFA. So I'm getting better, and I'm getting or having the ability to get away with using slower players rather than before, where I'd make mistakes and I need pacey players to kind of recover. But the two guys with their high rated defending seem to do a really, really nice job for me. Now, I will say, I mentioned before that the team that we had with Edo plays faster than the one with Bendtner. This team plays even faster than that. Now, you can ping it around and slow it down a little bit, but with some of the high work rates on the score, well, I've got some mediums in there, but with some of the work rates, you got players that are getting up and getting back kind of quickly, and you can obviously make the most of that and play, kind of a quicker tempo, which is what I end up doing, or you can kind of try to force your team to slow it down. This is just kind of an example. Win it back, and I'm away on the counter. It's Khedira. I love Sami Khedira on this game. I don't know what it is about him, but he just is a phenomenal force in the midfield. Even getting forward right there with his weaker left foot and his, 50-odd shooting? Or, I'm not sure. His shooting is not high. I can't tell you that. Again, wins it back right here. And it's another nice sequence. This time, it almost was a mirror to the one before that. This time, finds Mario Mandzukic. I went for the chip. The chip was on, but it was a nice block. And Mario Mandzukic, a little left bumper, keeping control. What an absolute finish that is from our number 9. Showing a little bit of love to the former Bayern striker. I had to do it. I couldn't help myself. With this kick, or this trend that I'm on of using target men up front, I thought, what better player for La Liga? Let's get big Mario Mandzukic up front. And he doesn't let me down. Top net, the best net. Just a crushing finish to give me a 2-goal lead there in the 34th minute. And he tries to do a little skill forward, not a problem. And here's just the free space opens up, a little fake shot, and he starts to rush his keeper, and that chip is going to be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That is a very, very easy goal to score on FIFA. As soon as they bring their keeper off the line, you can chip them. Once you get a feel for it, it is very, very reliable, a very, very reliable way to score. Sami Khedira kind of leading the break, finds a wonderful pass to Mandzukic, who blasts away. And I will say, Mandzukic better than Bendtner probably. And a lot of you guys were going to say, well, duh, Japes. He's like 10 pace faster. He's got better in everything. So I'll let the haters be the haters, and you guys can say whatever you want. But it's still comparing two players in the same position. Obviously not in the same squad. But Mandzukic is a very, very good player. If you slow your game down, he's not going to be running in behind the defense, all sorts of crazy. But he does do really well linking up with some of your players. Sometimes he drops back a little too far for my liking, because he does have a high defensive work rate. But he does a good job when he does getting into a nice link-up play with the squad, sending James Rodriguez in on through. And there's another easy little chip. As soon as he brings his keeper out, guides it perfectly into the back of the net to complete a 6-goal victory in this one, which is a brilliant, brilliant start to this tournament, a brilliant start to our new squad as well. Anyways, guys, that is where we're going to close out the episode. I think that was 4 goals for Mario Mandzukic on his debut, which put a smile on my face. That's where we're going to close it out. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, a like or thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. It really, really helps me out. Other than that, zero shots allowed. I love that. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.